A lot of the creators now are getting involved in like NFTs and they're on crypto and then that's a whole nother story.
Yeah.
But are you like active investing in that kind of stuff, or that's not really your thing?
Yeah, so NFTs, no. I feel like my audience would be like, what in the fuck is an NFT?
Yeah, I still don't quite, I can't wrap my head around
Oh my
it.
God,
Really.
it's like, it's very, I feel like I understand what it is, but it's not.
I understand what it is, but I don't know how to place a value.
Right.
Like, what is your most valuable piece of content ever?
Right, yeah,
Would
like,
it be
who
a
knows?
tweet? It can't be a video, really, because you can't make that an NFT, can you?
Can you make it?
Where's Jeremy? I don't know.
I don't know. I don't know. Like
Yeah.
a photo, you...
Yeah, that's what I was thinking.
Oh, wait, no. A video you can.
You can?
Because I remember with the Jake Paul fight,
Okay.
there was some part of it where whoever bought the NFT of him knocking out Nate Robinson also automatically got the last 10 seconds of his latest fight as an NFT.
Okay.
And so with the 10 seconds portion of it, I assumed that it was video.
Oh, maybe. Okay.
Maybe. I don't know. Anyways, I like understand what it is. I don't understand how to incorporate it into my life.
Like, what would be your... Like the founder of Twitter, Jack, like his first tweet, which makes sense. Like, okay, that
Yeah.
I get that.
Yeah.
But like, what would be the LaurDIY Twitter first tweet? Like, what would be your thing if you had to pick one piece of content over all these years?
You know what it is? I made this like hilariously parodied rap called DIY Queen. Okay,
No way.
and like the production quality of it is like fucking fantastic. Like it's incredible. The song is garbage, and it's an entire parody, you know, of like my career. And so I would say something from that is probably like the most NFTable. Like, did you see the girl who is the meme who's like smiling with the fire behind her?
Yeah. Yep.
She sold that for $500,000.
That's fucking wild.
Right, and so like
a meme.
I don't have that. I don't have like anything memeable, but the closest thing to like being memeable is probably that like parody music video.
Okay. I don't know. And then I was talking to the great Jeremy too before, and he's involved somehow in NFTs now.
Yeah.
It's so, and this, again, sorry guys if it's boring, sorry if you want me to talk about rough sex and STDs from toilets, but you can listen to the podcast to get all that great content. But yeah, the whole world is wild to me. And the other thing too is a lot of creators are kind of fake gurus too at the same time.
Yeah.
It's like, it's almost like stock manipulation, but in crypto it doesn't seem to apply. So like with Doge, it seems like they all bought Dogecoin cheap, and then like Elon Musk,
They
tweets about it, and then it just explodes.
And then they pull out.
And then they sell.
Yeah, and
it's
then
like,
they sell.
That's a pretty good racket.
Yeah. I do have Doge.
Yeah, me too.
So like,
me too.
Yeah.
And today it was like 50 or something.
I know. And so like gonna hold for now.
I'm holding too.
Because Elon's gonna be on
Saturday
SNL.
Live,
Yeah,
and hopefully
exactly.
talking about
I know. So I'm like, do I buy more Doge?
I don't know.
What do I do? Right?
Do you buy more?
I don't know.
It's so expensive now though.
I know,
Maybe
it's
not.
so expensive. I know.
I'm just holding.
I'm gonna hold. But yeah, like I'm definitely starting to get, I'm like beginner level 1 crypto. So like I have some Ethereum. I have
Ethereum's way high too. I just saw that today. Over $3,000.
Oh my God, I know. I've 3x my Ethereum. Like I got in early enough where it's like 3x now because it's jumped so much.
Oh, me too. Yeah.
And I have
Bitcoin too. I interviewed Cameron or Tyler Winklevoss.
Oh yeah.
You know
Okay,
the Facebook guy.
Yep.
They're big crypto guys.
Yeah.
And I interviewed him with Griffin Johnson, and we got done, and he was talking about Bitcoin and shit the whole time. And then when we got done, he's like, Tom, you should buy Bitcoin now, I'm telling you. It was like $18,000 a coin at the time.
Damn.
But because during the interview, we were talking about it, and like Bryce Hall interviewed him 2 months before.
Okay.
And he told Bryce the same thing, and it was at $9,000. And he didn't do anything. So I'm like, I would be fucking kicking myself if it's at 18 and he told me to buy at 9.
Oh my God.
So he told me to buy at 18. I'm like, okay, fuck it, why not?
So you did?
Yeah.
Oh my God, hell yeah.
Hell yeah,
sick.
now it's like 56.
Oh my God, yeah. I was super late to Bitcoin. Got in early on Ethereum, which is pretty good. And then I have some basic attention token, BATs.
What's that?
It's like a really obscure concept of like the idea that you'll be paid for your attention. So like, for example, you know when you watch an ad, like sometimes you'll just be like looking elsewhere. It's the idea that the ad won't count unless your attention is actually on the ad.
What do they measure, eyeballs or something?
Well, I don't know. Like it's some like a Black Mirror shit. I don't know.
I love that.
But it just feels like something that could become a thing.
Okay.
I don't know. And then I also have some Cardano or whatever.
What's that?
I don't even, honestly, I heard Ben Askren talking about it and I was like,
Oh, okay.
I'm down.
Yeah, whatever, who cares?
Yeah, I was like, okay.
Like when I bought those, I looked at it like, this is money I'm going to throw away.
Right, it's like
I don't
it's
expect
gambling.
to make any money.
Yes. And that's how much you
stupid.
should put in. It's like,
Yeah, I put in $250 in
Same.
Doge.
I put 400 and I was like,
Yeah, I was like-
it's okay. Like, we'll just, whatever happens, happens.
Exactly. If I lose it, okay, it's not the end of the world. Yeah. But I'm not betting the mortgage on Doge.
Right.
And neither should you.
And
too,
neither
if you're
should
watching
you.
this.
Investing advice.
Yes, absolutely. What was I going to ask you too? Oh, BitClout. Have you gotten into that at all?
I'm in BitClout, so
Should we all buy your creator coin?
Oh my god, one of my good friends is like sold his soul to BitClout, Jake Udell. He is like in it to win it. So he's I know everything there is to know about BitClout because he's like been dumping information on me.
Okay.
But I feel like it's one of those like NFT things I don't fully understand. I'm also interested to see like where the concept of BitClout goes.
What do you mean?
Well, just like the idea that you can
Well, first of all, you have all the knowledge. Explain to the viewer what BitClout is.
So BitClout is technically a social token.
Yeah.
I don't want to mess this up and make my friend Jake disappointed in me because he's so diehard BitClout. But it's like a social token that
all creators have.
That all creators have, but the creator doesn't own the token unless you were to purchase some of your own token. So I'm curious to see the longevity of the idea that like you could own a large piece of like Paris Hilton, but Paris Hilton doesn't control any of that like currency. I don't know. Like I'm interested to see like where it goes.
It seems like it could be easily scammed too because I'm small. My coin was like it fluctuates a lot. And I'm just a normal guy, so it went from like 600 down to 100 up to 300 whatever.
Yeah.
But it was like 100 this week, and then somebody bought. People bought, but this one guy bought $4,000 worth. I'm like,
damn,
cool. I feel good. Somebody taking a chance. But I thought about it. So the coin price shot up to $400.
Okay.
So I'm like, wait a minute, because I'm small. This guy, when he drops $4,000, it would cause my coin to jump a lot more than if somebody spent $4,000 on you.
Right.
So he drops $4,000. He knows it goes up to 400. Immediately sell.
Right.
He just made
the manipulation
some good dough.
Of like, I don't know. So
I want to see if he sells. He probably will.
I mean, you can't sell yet.
Oh, you can't sell?
You can't sell yet. And so that's the other part about BitClout is that you can't sell yet.
What? Are you sure?
I'm almost positive.
Oh, I thought you could.
Yeah, I'm almost positive you can't sell yet.
Oh, okay.
And so that's the other side of BitClout is that like you don't know what the next step is.
Oh, I think you can sell.
Okay, we're gonna double check.
We're gonna have to double check this.
I know, because I'm like, fuck Jake, I'm so sorry.
Right? We're not sure on if you can sell or not.
Let me voice note him right now.
Yeah, go ahead. Oh, this is good.
Hello, I'm hanging with Tom Ward of Forbes, and we are debating on whether you can sell yet on BitClout. I think no. Tom thinks yes, and I can't remember, so let us know. He's gonna be so mad that I don't remember this. He lives and breathes.
So how much is his
BitClout.
coin worth?
It's a lot.
Is
He's
it
like
really?
he's in the top like 25.
No shit?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
But is he making money off this yet?
No, I don't think so.
But see, I bought my coin when it first came out.
Right.
I'm like, same thing with Doge. I'm like, I think I bought $250 worth of my own coin.
But then that means
Like I'm betting on myself.
Now. Yeah.
Yeah, so I go, okay, I bought it at 50.
Mm-hmm.
So I could, if you can sell, which we'll find out in a second, like I just made money.
Right.
You know?
Yeah. I want to say we'll see what he says, but
okay.
Yeah. So I'm interested to see what happens with it.
It's kind of cool because like you guys have made investing fun.
Yes.
Like when I was your age, it was not interesting at all. It's like, okay, I'm going to buy stocks or a mutual fund or a fucking safe bond.
Yep.
Like there's nothing fun about that.
No, yeah.
But it's a lot safer though too.
Right. Like that is like a safe plan. Like that is your financial stability.
That should be your first step.
We are giving terrible investment advice.
Don't take any
Doge.
Yeah, right. Invest all your money in Doge. It's gonna skyrocket after Elon's on Saturday Night
Live. And Miley Cyrus said it's gonna be great. Put all of your mortgage money into Doge. But yeah, no, like investing. I think also too, like with the opportunities that like I've been presented. Being an influencer and creating connections and building my career, having the ability to be an angel investor.
How's that been going? Have you been involved in that too?
So much fun. It's incredible. I'm like addicted to it. Like I wish that every time I do a brand deal, I'm like, okay, what percentage of this can I invest as like an angel investment?
So are you investing like real cash or like, well, if you don't know, a lot of times influencers will just be given a piece of the company to promote it. It's like, okay, here's 10%. We want Charlie D'Amelio listed as an investor because that looks good for us.
Yeah.
Are you just kind of doing those deals or are you like throwing cash along into it as well?
Yeah, so mostly doing the angel investing side of like actually giving cash. Like cash. Yeah, so I've talked to a few companies about doing more of like a strategic partnership side of things, like where you're just giving like your time, your name, and your likeness to it. But
Do you like those or no?
I mean, it depends. Like, if the brand is right, like, I think it's a great fit. I think there's also, like, a great place where it's a combination. So, Lolly is a brand that I'm about to. So, they're honey, but for BitClout. Or, sorry, for Bitcoin.
Okay.
So, when you shop, they're partnered with, like, over 4,000 retailers. You get Bitcoin back as you shop.
Like a rewards thing, but with Bitcoin?
But with Bitcoin.
Oh, that's badass.
Yeah, which is like the most insane fucking idea in the entire world.
I like that.
Right, and so like with Lolly, like I'm about to sign on as an angel investor, as like, you know, give a chunk of change, but also as someone who can help introduce how cool of an idea that is to a female demographic who probably has heard of cryptocurrency, but is maybe like doesn't know where to start to get into it.
Yeah.
So it's a great like collaborative process to like kind of be on both sides.
Wow. So what are like, do you go on Angel List and like look at stuff, or do you like, how do you find these companies? Because they're at an advantage like that we don't have is they get presented deals that we'll never see. So like I'm fascinated like behind the scenes, like how are you getting these deals? Like
so
how does it work?
It's a combination of like sometimes they'll be presented with a brand and be like, hey, we'd love for you to be a part of this. You know, you kind of connect with them, see what their deal is, like if it's a good fit for you, yes or no. And then there have been a handful of brands that I've gone after, being like, this is a really fucking cool idea. So Lolly was one of them. Another is this company called Stir. And
I know Stir.
You know Stir?
That's the financial one, right? I know the CEO.
Yeah,
because Charlie was involved.
Okay.
She's involved in Stir, isn't she? Is that the teen banking one?
No. You're thinking of a different one.
Oh, okay. What's Stir?
Stir is also financial as well. It's like a financial organization.
Oh, I got you. Okay.
Yeah,
I got them confused.
But yeah, so that one I went after. Same with Community, the texting platform to connect with your fans.
Oh, wow. Okay.
So like a lot of them I've seen being like, oh, this is a fucking genius idea. I want to be a part of this.
Wow.
And so I'd love to be a part of it in any way that fits for you as a company. So like whether that be to take cash or to take like any kind of strategy partner, like I'm just down.
Wow. Communities where you see when Lauren texts, hey, text me at this number, it's like goes through Community. It's not like her real number, but it goes to her phone.
Yeah.
Is that like the main, because there's a couple companies that do that. Is Community like the main ones though?
Yeah, for sure. I mean, I think for creators and influencers, like obviously there are brands that do it as well for like their advertising purposes. But I think Community is really like spearheading the creator side of it. Like Obama has a Community number.
Oh, does he really?
Yeah, like Ashton Kutcher was an early investor as well. So
Dude,
like,
he's everywhere.
He is everywhere. I mean, Ashton Kutcher is like a massive name in the tech space. Like it's wild.
Oh my God, yeah.
It's wild. Also,
did you get a text back?
No, not yet. I'm like, where's Jake? Jake, where are you at? But
wow, you're involved with some cool companies.
Yeah, and that's what I mean. Like I'm addicted. It's so cool. I think also I'm just in a position to have the connections where I have friends who are also doing cool things. And so to be able to, you know, have meetings with cool people is something that I'm so grateful and appreciative for. And I'm in a great place right now in my career to financially be able to afford it, but also learn so much more about being an entrepreneur.
Do you look at, because I talked to Bella Thorne's manager, Thor, he's funny. I was talking to him the other day, and he's like super hyper, and I should interview him one day on here. But he was saying, he's like, Instagram brand deals, it's over, Tom. I'm telling you, it's old news. He talks like a million miles a minute. He talks like he's from the 40s. Hey, kid, I'm going to tell you, Instagram's dead.
Yeah.
And he was saying, like, creators don't want just 75 grand for an Instagram post. I mean, we would kill for 75 grand for an Instagram post.
I mean, same.
Yeah, right? But you'd much rather have 10% of a company that you believe in.
Right.
Like, that's, like, why make money for someone else? Either have my own company that I want to promote. Like, that's how creators are looking at things now. Has your focus shifted over time too?
Yeah, for sure. So I haven't done a brand deal necessarily that's been like that, but I think a lot of creators are shifting like that just to understand like how it can be a little less transactional and just like a deeper partnership with a brand. Because when you're invested like that too, like physically invested with your money, but also on a personal side, like I have a skincare brand that I've invested in that I genuinely love and use.
Give them a shout out.
Kinship, so good.
Okay.
They're like organic skincare with amazing packaging and amazing branding, and they're a great company. And so that's one of the companies that they presented an opportunity to. I was like, oh, I love this brand. I tried out their stuff, gave them money, but also like I organically and authentically incorporate into my content because it's so natural.
Very cool.
Yeah.
Wow, this is an interesting chat.
Yeah.